Hello and welcome to episode 184 of WITM. And it's time to reveal what Raw superstars are heading over to the blue brand SmackDown Live. And we'll be starting with the women heading from Raw's women's division to the SmackDown women's division. The first woman moving to SmackDown from Raw is Natalya. Didn't really do a whole lot in Raw's women's division, about middle of the pack. We'll see if she can do better in SmackDown's women's division. Joining Natalya in SmackDown's women's division from Raw is the Boss, Sasha Banks. Also about middle of the pack in Raw's women's division. We'll see if she can do better on SmackDown Live. And now it's time to reveal what tag teams are making their way from Raw to SmackDown. First, I just realized I forgot to add them to SmackDown in the game, but it is the Club, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, former Raw Tag Team Champions towards the beginning of Season 3. As you can see, they're already number one contenders to the SmackDown Tag Team titles. We'll see if they can capture SmackDown's Tag Team gold as well. Joining them on SmackDown Live will be Jeff and Matt, the Hardy Boys. Now, as you can see, they are now SmackDown Tag Team Champions. They were Raw Tag Team Champions because Cesaro and Sheamus got drafted to Raw. I simply had them switch titles. So, instead of being Raw Tag Team Champions, the Hardy Boys are now SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Instead of being SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Cesaro and Sheamus are now Raw Tag Team Champions, as they are in real life. Alright, so now it's time to find out what mid-level superstars will be making their way over from Raw to SmackDown. The first mid-level superstar heading to SmackDown is Mojo Rawley, formerly of the Hype Bros, had some success in the Hype Bros on Raw, becoming Raw Tag Team Champions with Zack Ryder. However, no matter how many times the game tries to put them back together, the Hype Bros are now broken up due to Zack Ryder's real-life injury, and Mojo Rawley is now a single star, and so he will be making his way over to SmackDown, seeing if he can find the same success he found in tag team wrestling in SmackDown Singles Division. Joining him in SmackDown Singles Division will be Apollo Crews didn't get too many opportunities on Raw, but was starting to rise up the rankings a little bit. We'll see if he can capture his first WWE Gold on the Blue Brand SmackDown Live. Joining Apollo Crews on SmackDown Live in the mid-card will be the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, the real-life #1 contender to the Universal title. Currently the #2 contender to the minor title on SmackDown. On the cusp of making it to the main event scene as he is in real life. We'll see if he can do just that over on SmackDown Live. And now it's time to reveal what main event level talent who will now be competing for the WWE Championship will be making their way from Raw to SmackDown Live first. I'm here to show the world. I'm here to show the world. Come on, bring it on. What I say, better watch what I do. The show-off, Dolph Ziggler, had recently made his way from the mid-card of Raw to the main event level, now competing for the Universal title previously. He'll now get a chance to capture the WWE Championship over on SmackDown Live. Joining Dolph Ziggler will be John Cena needs no introduction. In Season 2, John Cena was a dominant force working for Andrew's ECW. He was able to become an ECW World Heavyweight Champion. He competed against Andrew in the final ever ECW World Heavyweight Championship match at the final WrestleMania in Season 2. He won both ECW King of Hardcore tournaments that were held in Season 2 for SummerSlam ECW Championship title matches. Hasn't done as much in Season 3. We'll see if he can do better over on SmackDown Live. And now the final person being moved in the Superstar Shakeup, headed from Raw to SmackDown Live. The Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose. He has been on a roll on Raw. He captured both singles titles available on Raw. The Universal Championship, the United States Championship. He won the Royal Rumble, but then became champion and pretty much made that fact moot. Now, Dean Ambrose will be bringing the United States Championship to Raw. That means the United States Champion, or rather to SmackDown. That means the United States Championship will now be the minor title for SmackDown. And Sheamus moved over to Raw, meaning the Intercontinental title will now be the minor title for Raw, as they are in real life. Now, Dean Ambrose is also still Universal Champion. That, of course, is the major championship of Raw. So Dean Ambrose will continue to compete on Raw and on Raw pay-per-views, defending the Universal Championship until a Raw superstar can defeat him, and then he will no longer appear on Raw. That's the only way I can really find a way to make sure that The singles title switched. The minor singles title switched as it did in real life. And to make sure that we don't keep both major titles on one show permanently. Alright, so the Superstar Shakeup has ended. And we do not have a WITM match. That also confirms that Gerald will be staying on Raw. And we already know Dalton and Roush will be staying on SmackDown Live. So that means that every single show we have every single show is represented by at least one WITM member. On Raw, we have Gerald. On SmackDown, we have Dalton Roush. On NXT, we have Andrew, and we're waiting to see if Corey will be headed there or not, or if he's going to choose to leave WWE or retire, or if his injuries he suffered were career-ending. Anna, also part of NXT. And of course, Andrew wrestles on 205 Live as well, so every show represented by at least one WITM member. Speaking of NXT, it's now time for NXT, and it looks like we're going to have Cows with Guns in action. Indeed, we will. I don't know why Austin Aries doesn't have a picture anymore, but anyways, it's the Cows with Guns. They're going to be taking on SAnitY, but before that, Cows with Guns has something to say, and we're going to find out just what Austin Aries had to speak to Andrew about backstage. Let's find out.
Fat and docile, big and dumb. They look so stupid, they aren't much fun. Cows aren't fun. They eat to grow, grow to die, die to be et at the hamburger fry. Cows well done. Nobody thunk it, nobody knew. No one imagined the great cow.
Alright, and Aries and Andrew switch back and forth talking several times during this promo, so rather than going back and forth between the scenes and bringing it up full screen, I'm just going to keep it paused on this picture here. So, now let's see, these are Andrew's own words. He scripted this promo himself, both his and Aries' words. So let's hear what the Cows with Guns have to say, starting with Andrew. So, Aries, I must ask you, why are we out here with animal masks on? Aries responds, well, Andrew, I believe you already know why. Take a guess, Andrew. Andrew responds, because we are like animals, and they are living beings like us, and have feelings. Aries responds, exactly, Andrew. We are out here to show people what makes us the NXT Tag Team Champions. The reason we are is basically by refraining from meat. It is well documented in scientific literature that animal protein makes the blood platelets stick together and it plugs the cell walls. So a meat-based diet gives someone low stamina. That's the part where you know Andrew wrote this promo, not me. But since you and I are high-carb vegans, we may not be as strong, but we have proven to have high resilience and stamina to outlast our opponents, and it gets us the wins. Andrew responds, and now speaks to the WWE Universe, or the NXT Universe. We are not out here to say that we are better because we are vegans. Our message is simple. We want to show that we are like animals, with feelings. And we want to show how the meat and dairy industry works, and how they don't really care about us, they just care about corporate gain. Aries speaks, Andrew, I wanted a chicken mask. Chickens are my friends. Andrew speaks, Aries, I already told you. We couldn't get you one. You have to settle with the one you have. Let's go. Aries speaking now, and I guess now I'll pull up Aries speaking. Oh, yeah. And don't forget to check out my book, Food Fight, my plant-based journey from the bingo hall to the big time. And Andrew kind of rolled like his eyes at Aries had to do that book plug. That was perfect.
Fat and docile, big and dumb. They look so stupid, they aren't much fun. Cows aren't fun. They eat to grow, grow to die, die to be et at the hamburger fry.
Alright, so Cows with Guns will be in action. They're going to be taking on SAnitY. And because we did not start the show with NXT, we will have to watch the intro, so we'll go ahead and get that ready, and here we go.
Somebody let me out, I'm about to face on the rage. I'm piecing the plays together while you sleep on the way. That I keep on it 24/7, I'll sleep in the grave. And you can bet
chaos will reign in our triple threat match. Next, we have one of the best talents on the roster to date against two of WWE's toughest competitors.
In one moment, looks like I'm feedbacking a little bit, so I'm going to just plug in my other headphones. Alright, so let's get this NXT started. Alright, we'll jot down these results real quick. Johnny Gargano defeats Tyler Bate and Goldust. TM61 defeats Breezango. Tommaso Ciampa defeats Angelo Dawkins. Summer Rae gets a non-title victory over Anna. Big Show defeats Hideo Itami. And Drew McIntyre defeats R-Truth. And now it's the AA Hardcore Cruisers in action. Non-title action. It's going to be, or rather, Cows with Guns, not the AA Hardcore Cruisers. Cows with Guns taking on Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf of SAnitY and elimination tag action. Let's get underway.
Buckle up because we have a contest that's going to blow the roof off this.
And what is up with the Aries picture?
Outside. We have a team led by one of the best talents on the roster today in a match of epic proportions.
Boy, whoever put these two teams together did a great job.
Something back in the face as you say I'd miss. I'm taking back what's mine, I ain't giving in to what they tell gotta sacrifice it all to get it, then you get it, go. Damn right, that's the mind state of the savage on path with a time frame. A line to define fate, try through the times and the mind games. That's why I do it my way, and I say I'm taking back what's mine, I ain't giving in to what they tell me. Nah, I ain't listening. Can't deny I was made for this. Shove it back in the faces you say I miss. I'm taking back what's
The following tag team contest is an elimination tag team match. On the way to the ring,
Fat and
at a
docile,
combined weight
big
of
and they look so
352
stupid, they
pounds,
aren't much fun.
NXT Tag Team
Cows
Champions
aren't fun.
Andrew and Austin
They eat to grow,
If you just
grow
tuned
to
in,
die.
we have a big
Gotta
tag
be
team
it at the
matchup for you tonight.
hamburger
This is
front.
going to be a great one. These teams looking to make a mark here in the
Well
tag
done.
team division.
Nobody thunk it. Nobody knew. No one imagined the great cow guru. Cows are one. He hid in the forest, read books with great zeal.
This guy will settle for nothing short of a victory here tonight.
There's no denying that this is a tremendous tag team combination. Reminds me of the old APA.
Alright, so clearly Aries decided this time if he can't have the chicken mask, he's not going to wear one at all. For some reason, the game keeps trying to delete the attire where he has the horse mask. I'll have to fix that off screen following this match. But anyways, we got non-title action between Cows with Guns and their current #1 contenders, SAnitY. We start off with Andrew representing Cows with Guns and Killian Dane representing SAnitY.
Back from that one.
Reversal by Andrew. Reversal by Dane. Forces Andrew to a knee and knee to the head of Andrew. Tags in Alexander Wolf. Dane, though, going for a slam, but broken up by his own tag team partner accidentally, and reversal by Andrew. And now the referee's going to force Dane to return to the apron before he can try to do more attacks. Andrew wants to take flight and connects with the frog splash.
Like an uncaged animal.
Stomp to the chest of Wolf. Forces him to a seated position. And ground elbow strikes connect.
I don't remember the last time he executed that maneuver.
Stomp to the elbow.
Oh my gosh!
Knockout blow by Andrew. Wolf working the arm.
Other hairline fractures.
And slams Andrew down into the knee, and it's another tag for SAnitY.
Feel the effects of this
And
match
comes
for a
Killian
long
Dane.
time.
Punch to the back. Knee to the head.
And you have to assume his partner is just itching to get in there.
Now attacking the arm.
Michael, we're going to see what this guy is made of. Yeah, I just have a feeling that we
Andrew with an arm drag.
This guy here tonight.
Now a kick. And Dane just shoves Andrew down.
Right on the bridge of the nose.
Knee to the head. Dane goes for cover. And Andrew powers out at 2. Andrew with an uppercut. And a knee. Forces Andrew to his feet.
Dear Lord, what a suplex.
Slam by Dane. Uppercut by Andrew. And Dane again just shoves Andrew down, utilizing that size. Knee to the head of Andrew.
Everything hurts. No kidding, that's hurting me.
Dane goes for cover. I'm not sure how Callis with Guns is going to feel about wrestling a big hairy guy like Killian Dane, not kind of the opposite of the Callis with Guns message. Stomp to the knee.
Looks like he's starting to tire.
Suplex by Dane.
This tag team match is dangerously close to getting out of control for him.
Oh, man,
Reversal
he
by
looked
Andrew.
incredibly confident coming into this match. Now, not so much. Given the amount of disrespect
Tags in
being shown
Aries.
throughout this entire match, it's no wonder the crowd is acting the way it is. Oh, that
Knee to the head of Aries.
Look out,
And
the side slam might just
one
finish
arm
this
slam
That side slam hurts
by
a lot
Dane,
more
and
than
he's going
looks.
to make yet another tag to Alexander Wolf. Aries is going to shove Wolf aside. Now a kick
He's here.
by Wolf.
Oh, I think this
And a
man means
DDT.
business.
Aries
I'd
avoids
say
the
that's
stomp,
more
but the kick to the
embarrassing
back
than
will connect.
Anything else. Looks like he's starting to sweat
Knee
now.
by
This
Aries.
tag team match can get out of hand quickly if he doesn't mount an offense soon.
It looks
And a
like
punch.
his toughness is about to be tested. Well, it's hard to argue that, but I'd say this one could go
Slap by
either way.
Aries into a cover.
That was relatively easy to get
And
off.
Wolf powers out at 1.
And he tags out.
And in comes Andrew. Irish whip into the corner.
It looked like his whole
Knee
bench is
and
crumpled
elbow
there.
by
Maneuvers
Andrew.
Like that put everybody in danger.
No kidding, that's awful. Quick pin.
Andrew
Can
goes
he
for
do it?
cover.
Looking to steal one there, perhaps.
Yeah, I think it's way too early in the match for that to work.
With the tag is Austin Aries.
Tag made by Andrew to Aries, but first a double team attack. Andrew locks in a sharpshooter, and Aries stomps at the ankle. Reversal by Wolf.
Get out of that. The tag is made.
In comes Killian Dane.
He's not looking like himself
Slam
here.
by
He
Dane.
needs to create some space and find a way to get back on the offensive.
But it's important to know that this
And
match
Dane
has been
clawing
so
away at the
evenly
shoulder
contested
of
so far.
Aries.
You really can't pick a winner. And on top of that, John, these two guys couldn't be any more evenly matched at this point.
And again, clawing at that shoulder.
Twice as nice. That's a first. What a move.
Now a stomp to the arm, really trying to damage that arm of Austin Aries. Is Killian Dane.
I don't wanna
Axe
know what
handle
that
to the
feels
back.
like.
Yeah, well, I've felt it before, and you're right. You
And
don't
Aries is
wanna
going to
know.
avoid the stomp.
We're witnessing a
Suplex
level of
by
punishment
Aries.
that can only be described as severe.
No kidding.
Aries
This is
with a springboard moonsault, and that connects. Very nice maneuver. Goes for cover.
If the referee counts,
This one's far from
And
over.
Dane powers out at 1.5.
power left in this superstar.
And he reversed it.
Reversal by Dane.
He was one step ahead on that
Reversal
one.
by Aries.
Just look at this man. He's all business.
And that's the way he has to be if he wants to win here tonight.
And a drop kick going to send Dane outside of the ring, and Aries is going to join him there and go on the attack. Trying to utilize the outside ring environment to rack up damage on Dane, but Dane with a reversal.
Austin Aries is in serious trouble.
Irish whip into the barricade.
That could be
Heavy strikes by Dane.
being a threat. If they want to win this match, he really needs to make a tag soon.
Will this might finally be where one of these guys
And a
starts
stomp,
to
and these men need to keep an eye on the count, or they could both be eliminated via countout. And Aries sent back into the ring, went up for an elbow to the head. Now Dane is going to make his way to the inside the ring. Stomp to the back. And Dane now looking for a finisher. And a pile driver. And that's going to eliminate Austin Aries. Andrew stands alone for the NXT Tag Team Champion Cows with Guns in this non-title matchup.
These guys are giving it absolutely everything they've got. They're not holding anything back.
Andrew drags Dane closer to center ring and goes for cover, quickly trying to get the equalizer in this match, but Dane is going to power out immediately. And power slam by Dane. Reversal by Andrew. And a one-handed bulldog. Reversal by Dane with an elbow strike. Reversal by Andrew. Irish whip onto the apron. And an elbow strike is once again going to send Dane to the outside, crashing into the barricade. And Andrew's just going to bide his time. Or maybe he'll get the elimination via count out here. Dane taking quite a bit of time to get back to his feet.
A fever pitch is here in the WWE Universe. You're right about that. The crowd is
we're at a 5 count now. Dane still not up or really anywhere close to being up.
And the ref continues.
Now 7. Dane still not getting up. We're at a 9 count. Dane has 1 second to get back into the ring, and he will not. Dane has been eliminated via count out. And now it's essentially a singles match, and Vintage Andrew here, ankle lock locked in. And Wolf is able to break the hold. Andrew's looking for that devastating flatline. Can single-handedly win a match. And it connects. But Wolf powers out at 2.5.
The tag team scene here in WWE is undergoing
reversal by
renaissance,
Wolf.
because of action like this.
Irish up into the corner. And Dane just now getting up. That was about a 30 count.
This match is
maybe more. Andrew to his feet. Enziguri by Alexander Wolf. We don't normally see moves like that by a man of his size. Impressive maneuver there. Low on stamina, but he will be able to go for cover. And very nearly a victory for SAnitY, but Andrew powers out just the nick of time. Wolf drags Andrew closer center ring. Knee to the head. Now looking for a finisher. And Andrew reverses it. That may have been a victory for SAnitY, but Andrew keeping the Cows and Guns alive and now looking for that flat line once again.
Well, this is certainly bad news for him, but is it the end? Not ready to say that just yet.
And that finisher will connect. Will Andrew single-handedly lead the Cows with Guns to a victory? He will. Victory. Cows with Guns.
Fat and docile, big and dumb. They look so stupid, they aren't much fun. Cows aren't fun. We eat to grow, grow to die, die to be et at the hamburger fry. Cows well done. Nobody thunk it. Nobody knew. No one imagined the great cow rule. Cows are one. He hid in the forest, read books with great zeal. He loved Che Guevara, a revolutionary veal. Cows say tongue.
Here are your winners.
He spoke about justice, but nobody stirred. He felt like an
I
outcast,
love
alone.
the tag team match, and this one was unforgettable. I mean, these teams gave us
Cowed all drunk.
everything they had, and the WWE Universe
He knew
is the
we must
true
fight,
winner in this
escape or
one.
we'll
Don't
die.
forget, you and
Cows
I
gathered
have the best
around
seats in the
because the
house.
stakes
To get the
were so
pinfall
high.
victory over such a high-quality opponent is
Bad cow
incredibly
pun.
impressive, Michael.
As hard as it will be
But
not
then he
to
was
think about that
captured,
amazing
stuffed
match
into
we
a
just
crate,
saw,
loaded
we
onto
must
a
move
truck
on here,
where
guys.
he rode to his fate. Cows are bummed. He was a scrawny calf who looked rather woozy. No one suspected he was packed oozy. Cows with guns.
All right, and looks like the tag team victory sequence works now for Cows with Guns. That's good. And Cows with Guns gets the victory in non-title action, courtesy of Andrew, single-handedly eliminating both members of SAnitY. All right. And that's the end of NXT. We'll advance over to Raw's portion of main event and see if Gerald is going to be in action. And he is not, and so we will sim Aaliyah, one of the new additions to Raw's Women's Division, defeats another new addition to Raw's Women's Division from SmackDown, Mandy Rose, as well as Nia Jax. Enzo and Cass defeat a new tag team addition to Raw from SmackDown Live, the Authors of Pain. And Bobby Roode defeats another new addition to Raw from SmackDown Live, the Intercontinental Champion and one half of the Raw Tag Team Champion, Sheamus. And now we move on to SmackDown's portion of the main event, where we see Dalton Roush in action. We will not. So we'll sim this. American Alpha defeats the Colognes. Tamina defeats Billie Kay and Alexa Bliss. And Mickie James defeats Natalya, formerly of Raw, coming to SmackDown via the Superstar Shakeup. Now, next show is 205 Live. Are we going to see Andrew in action? It looks like we will. And just 4 matches scheduled on the card. And they're scheduled to face Nice and Gulak, but because Andrew already wrestled in a tag team match on NXT, that match will become a singles match against a random Cruiserweight opponent. Or we may just make it Andrew with Aries versus Nice with Gulak, or Gulak with Nice. We'll figure that out. But that is going to do it for episode 184 of WITM. Until 185, this is Corey, signing off.